Hey team, Ryan here, welcome back. I'm working with a new client and he brought up an interesting question I think would be viable to discuss. They're not currently on any social media channels right now and they're asking where they should go. So there's a couple schools of thought here and I'd like to talk about both of them. One is everywhere. Go everywhere, be seen as much as you can on as many channels as possible. The other one is select one and dive in super deep on it and go with it. I sit somewhere actually in the middle. So I don't know, I don't subscribe to the go everywhere. I think you fragment your efforts and you do a crappy job at all of them. I'd rather have 3 things I do 100% than 5 things I do 80%. On the one side where it's just one specific channel, we'll call it Facebook, and dive real deep into it, I think that's too limiting. So where the sweet spot for me is, and what I would recommend basically almost anyone frankly, is picking out 2 or 3. Now the key is to picking out the right things. They have to be where your audience is at, and it has to be a channel you're comfortable with. So right now I'm on video, although I may be goofy looking. This is the way I communicate the best versus a blog post. So for video, for example, and your consumers, YouTube or publishing on Vimeo makes a lot of sense. Even super short videos you can do on Twitter now and Instagram and at Facebook. So knowing where they're at. If you have a product that's really female orientated and looks really cool, you should be on Pinterest and Instagram. If you're a fantastic writer and you like to do really good long form, or you have someone in your organization that can do really long form content, it makes a lot of sense for you to do long form in Facebook potentially, certainly a blog post, and engage other people to maybe do guest posts on behalf. So as you can see, there's a lot of variations and variables, but what like I said, I don't necessarily agree with is be everywhere, because if you're a great writer and you write great content and lots of copy, like that doesn't fit real well on Instagram really. Like you can't take a picture of the wall and write a big paragraph. It just doesn't resonate with people. Conversely, if you're just only a picture person, having just a picture on your blog may not make a lot of sense. And then if you're video, you have lots of options for video and you can go lots of places. I like video because you can take the audio and have someone transcribe it and turn it into a blog post potentially, and you can reuse the videos on lots of channels. So video is big for me, even though, as you can see, I have a face for radio. So that's sort of the high level of how I tacked it with him, and I think it's questions to ponder with you. Going deep on one is interesting, being an expert. Right now Snapchat's the big talk. I don't necessarily subscribe to it, but going deep on Snapchat and being an expert in it, being one of the first in it, you can get some legs and some authority in that space and maybe do good for your business. But for businesses that are already running, sit down with someone that can help you in that area and pick 2 or 3 that make sense, that you could put out really good content for, that's targeted, that speaks to the audience that uses that platform, and you really know what it does. That's the most important part. Thanks a lot, appreciate it. And remember, focus and execute.